Guys, late start, so a bit of a short one tonight, but I figured I wanted to get a couple of hours in. Just going to do my 3 minute as well as do my setup, and we'll get rolling. La di da di da. Hey, Harry. Yeah, yes. No, technically I'm not. That would be rusty. That would be definitely be rusty. You could argue His Majesty's top XCOM streamer though. And definitely His Majesty's top person who does both. If we're going to argue it. Right, so couple of changes, couple of new mods I've re-added to use my class, which I thought was in the list, but for some reason wasn't. And I've also added Rashid's new Advent, Requiem Advent mod. So at some point we should see scary new stuff. So I've got 4 days for a consult the faction. I've got 16 already.
Setting course for East Asia.
Commander, we'll need to have one of our troops equip the Skulljack for use in the field if we're going to make any progress towards our current objective.
Yes, we are. Where is Lethal? Oh, Lethal's currently still out. It's a very difficult, which means Beans bleed out's come in. Bring down Art. Threat of the Warlock, so let's bring Footwall. Let's bring Sigman, because I could do with Healy Dealy. And let's bring Knight. Repeater on his disruptor. Yes, yes, please. Do I have any? No. I'm only doing that because I could have done. I figured having the repeater on the multiple attacks probably better. Oh, no vest slot on the Proxian. Interesting. Probably balanced, in fairness. Hey, Evil Bob. Proxian equals AP. Yeah, I mean, I haven't. This will actually be the first time I've played with it since it got nerfed, and it's Rusty's character, so I'm kind of allowing it. How you doing, dude?
All we have to do is neutralize that officer.
Yeah, this balance, the balance on this mod list is definitely something. Plus, obviously, this is balanced for Twitch integration. Your character is currently. I still have Trickster in my pool. So if you wanted to do recruit my rookie, I can get her in after this mission. This is such a cool map.
I will move.
Hey, Crispy. Hey, not sure. This is one of Eclipse's new ones, is it? I believe so. It's not one I've ever actually seen before. Obviously, it's based off of Lost Towers, so. Viper Purifier. Oh, Purifier with gun. Give Knight his chance to meditate.
Updating tactical map. Stand by.
No, this is built on. This is built off of Lost Towers. Come on, Tradea. Fuck's sake.
Shot failed to connect. To us.
86% chance to hit. Hoping and praying for an explosion. And whiff.
I take a new approach.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely. I would say they definitely seem to reuse the assets. Yay, burning.
They are always wounded.
Dodge Grace, really?
No problem, boss.
Come on, music. Thanks for the bitties, Crispy. It's appreciated, dude. So.
Impressed yet?
What the hell? Ah! Bloody undying loyalty. That thing's bullshit. %93 chance to hit.
Pathetic. Untrained monkeys could have done better.
And yeah, I'm assuming Dark Event.
No problem, boss. Well, how about that?
Let's catch Knight up to the action.
We're picking up an inbound Advent transport. The aliens are going to try and extract the general from the AO. Don't let them get on board that ship.
A great distance.
Glance sorted later, that's nice.
Let's rock. Seems doable.
Hey, Zalfana. And for access and things being broken, surely not.
Position.
Oh! First Kriegsmarine. Yay.
Impressed yet?
On the move. Got it covered.
Seems doable.
It's only a standard trooper. But yeah, they also have targeting uplink. Come on, 50%.
Something here. You know that was good.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, first Kriegsmarine. This is Reshi's new Advent Pack, Requiem Advent Pack. Just to let you guys know, it seems that there's been an update to the clipping tool for Twitch clips. It's now Alt X will bring up the clipping tool, and you can bring up the clip editor. So if any of you guys would like to clip moments, especially stuff like this first fight with this Kriegsmarine, that would be awesome. Everybody has permission, and everybody my settings are set so everybody has permission to clip, as long as you're a follower, and everybody can share to their social straight away.
I can handle that.
So, Advent Kriegsmarine. Equipped with a gas mask, acid-resistant armor, and anti-armor magneton grenade, the Advent Kriegsmarine are cut above the run-of-the-mill Advent Trooper. She's got caustic armor. Targeting uplink is up as well. And yeah, they have a special grenade. Oh, loot protocol. Don't need to do loot protocol. Let's see if I can nail this officer first though. Great shot.
You know that was good.
Ooh, disorient. Whacked him hard enough to disorient. Melee attack with chance to stun or disorient the target. Yep. Ren can disorient now. That's freaking OP, people. OP as hell. Wow.
Our directives must be reassessed.
Hey, Aronoff. Yes, it was an absolutely fantastic shot.
Target's still up.
Everybody is just whiffing quite badly.
Taking fire over here.
Oh, parries one.
Over here. Leave this.
And we have the Viper King.
Valen created a Viper.
No, Vanilla, as far as I remember, Vanilla Ren doesn't.
Take this thing down.
Or if it did, I've never noticed.
Let's get it done.
Back in.
Let's get you moved forward. Maybe. Yeah, it's probably because I'm so used to using the proficiency version.
Tactical movement. Touching their march.
Bye bye, Kriegsmarine.
No ammunition. No one escapes. Drops are coming.
That's an answer.
I'm ready.
Hey, Cloister. Hello.
Hey, hey, Cax.
How's everybody doing today?
Up here.
I am doing not too badly, and I've just found the Viper King.
Ooh. We should canonically give them names, like Melvin.
Without intent on
Like Mel.
stay alert for rapid movement.
Melvin.
Yeah, so-
To reposition.
Melvin would be a hell of a name for the Viper King.
Obviously, you get the reference, right? Like, oh no, wait, that's Mervin.
Marvin the Marvin.
Your name is Mervin. Like yes. Okay, Mervin. You didn't watch fucking Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Yeah.
That was the sheriff of Rottingham's first name. It was Mervin. And everybody in the movie just poked fun at him. It's such a ridiculous name. That's such a cool animation, man. So cool.
The concentrated breath of that
Goddamn freeze.
at incredibly low temperatures. You are at risk of severe
Freeze!
exposed. Good to know, Doctor.
Alright, Cloister, so I got a question for you. So, I have been convinced that the way to move forward is indeed to split off a spin-off of FCP, right?
Yeah.
And so that spin-off mod is going to include things that, to summarize, clash with XCOM2's style, era rather than style, because it would still be like a realistic style, just not like it won't clash like adding stuff from a Sonic Fortnite. Where it clashes is on a like a time period type of thing.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get what you
You
mean.
got it. So with all that in mind, what would be because where I'm struggling, and it's really stupid, but the reason I haven't made that mod yet is because I want the mod name to be finalized and not just call it like spin-off mod and then just rename it in the workshop. You know, I want the files to actually have proper structure and everything. So I'm kind of struggling with a name for the mod. I was thinking oil and water because, you know, don't mix. And I was thinking in the vein of like that kind of train of thought, you know, of going like call it, you know, FCP something something. I don't know if you have like any suggestions or if anything comes to mind. Yeah, like Sylvan said, like yes, okay, but anarchists. Yeah, I was thinking at one point making a mod that's strictly just like Wastelander, post-apocalyptic Mad Max type of clothing and calling that Anarchy's mom, which would just be hilarious. Is it don't mix or shouldn't mix? See, that's a good distinction. It doesn't mix, but nothing bad happens. it would be like, for example, clothing that's, you know, medieval, fantasy, you know, ancient Greek and Egyptian stuff, heavily, you know, long ago, classic historic ethnic pieces, you know, from, I don't know, Babylonia and Egypt, Middle East and shit like that. So it's like, it's stuff that, it's kind of like anachronistic, more ways than not. Just
Well, maybe FCP female FCP anachronism would be better then.
yeah, that could be an option. Let me write that down. Let me write down some options.
Or it'd be AFCP, anachronistic female clothing pack.
True. Anachronistic FCP. Yeah, also, I mean, this shouldn't be like a priority, but also I don't want it to be like, you know, a mouthful whenever we're discussing about it. Like, oh yeah, you're using FCP ME4, fucks it. You know,
Well, that's actually why I suggested that, because that way it's just AFCP.
yeah, but just something, I really like that option, but something in my brain tells me spin-off mod should be main name, spin-off name after, not the quote-unquote spin-off name for, although it makes grammatical sense what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I know what I get what you're saying. I do
Yeah.
fully understand what you mean.
Yeah, and it's so dumb because it's like this is what's keeping me from starting. You know, but yeah, I'm trying to think of like other things that don't mix. Not that like maybe like not that they shouldn't, although I guess that could also be an option. Like I don't know, like for example, in the UK, they have any, you know, quirky sayings about stuff. I mean, obviously every country has something like that, but like for specifically saying like oil and water. Like for instance, last night I was Googling this as an option. You know, I was like, I literally Google, you know, oil and water and other stuff and other sayings of things that don't mix. And I found this Reddit post, but the context in that one, it was the guy was a writer, and he was trying to describe two characters that are polar opposites and that they do not like. They don't like each other. So it's a different context. But one of the suggestions that I thought was hilarious was from this like Southern American who said, "There's this saying in the South that says." They get along like two wet cats in a sack. And I was like, Jesus, that's awesome in that context. Something like that, you know, like maybe like a little saying like besides oil and water, which is like the common one, the go-to one.
Well, the very British one would be chalk and cheese.
That's another of the suggestions I saw. Chalk and cheese. Let me write that down as well. FCP, chalk and cheese.
Oh shit! Is that my general?
Sure. Chalk as in writing a chalk on a chalkboard, right? Like
yeah.
Classroom, yeah.
Is that my?
So FCP alternate settings from Evil Bob. Oh, Sophia.
Of course you can, Crispy.
Magnesium and water. Uranium and water. Yeah, Crispy, join us, man.
Stop shouting.
I've been told to turn my volume down. Hey, dude.
Thank you, Cloister. Also, naughty boy talking. Too loud.
Yeah, that's a little loud. Oh, I have it. Wait, Crispy, can you say something like testing, testing?
Hello, testing, testing.
Perfect. Excellent. Thank you. That works.
Ooh, got another one of Rush's new ones. The Stinger, the guy with the missiles. Jesus Christ, this mission's gone tits up.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Ooh, good pun. Yeah, that's. Oh.
Well, then no.
Oh.
I could. It's not the first bleed out at all.
I mean, of this mission.
Oh yeah.
Well, at least she's no longer burning.
That's.
And typical. Now we have mind control.
Oof. Yeah, that's to me. That's a priority. Wait, is he attacking a mind control? No, no.
Fire's getting close here.
I mean, that's smart.
So I'm down 2 units. I've got 1 turn to find and kill the. No, correction.
They gave you an extra turn.
Oh wait, hang on. So none of that's gonna work because I forgot to turn Twitch integration mod on. I forgot to turn the app on.
Whoopsie
That's kind of important.
Yeah, I'll manually do those.
Run Google. Let's do oil and water, chalk and cheese. Other night and day, fire and ice. Fire and ice, I could do something cool with the picture thumbnail mod. I'm gonna.
Healbot coming through.
Yeah, incompatible. Well, apples and oranges, and day, black and white, fire and ice, heaven and hell, oil and water, cats and dogs, diamonds and dust.
I like this. The only person Crispy's in melee range of is Spartan, who's mind controlled.
Can I give myself an action point?
Can.
Okay, hold on. Stay still. I have to find it. Hold on. Wait, where is it? Oh, 500. Okay.
New options.
Why can't you teleport Shockwave there?
How about idiom? Apparently is the word. Idioms for something.
Is it not letting you click?
No, yeah, it's just not letting me click in that region. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say what Evil Bob said. I think it's line of sight.
Heading out.
That's a neat new icon for Rend.
It is.
As an option for something being out of place, I get the red-headed stepchild. I had forgotten that existed. Square peg in a round hole.
I mean, red-headed stepchild would be pretty funny.
It would be funny, yeah. Yeah, this is the one I know about. Stick out like a sore thumb, but yeah, something like that. Yeah, because it's more to do with like, I guess, like
There you go.
visual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Then it was line of sight. And that sectoid should have been hit by that, and he was. Yay.
That. Oh.
And I did that.
Oh, it's delayed. Oh, okay. All right. I was like, oh no.
There is no forgiveness. A useful aid.
Flamingo and a flock of pigeons. Okay, that's just two. A clown at a funeral. Sure.
Right? I think you're in decent shape now. Not great, but not bad.
It would help if I knew exactly where
Where
the general was. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna fucking book it to the reinforcement and get out.
Did you see that one?
Hey, Shusler. You could play this one, dude.
Turn in a punch bowl. That's one option.
That's a hell of an op. Jesus, that's a hell of an option.
Too close to me.
A turn in a punch bowl. All right.
I'm hit.
I mean, I don't know
Jesus Christ, heart is almost dead again.
how effective marketing that would be to name something you're trying to promote for people to actually use.
Not dead yet. Very, very close though.
Hey,
Yep.
Jordan.
Hello.
Hey, Jordan.
Hello. How do you?
Well, I've managed to not die yet.
Oh. Have you died yet?
I haven't got anybody killed yet. I've got somebody who's currently bleeding out though, so close enough.
The general is hiding like a little bitch.
I actually think the general may actually be stuck under the map.
Even better.
Ready to engage.
What the fuck is that buzzing?
I'm on it. On it.
Got enough turns to rescue them, that's fine.
Attacking on sight. Excellent.
Sophia's saying to check behind the stairs.
From the beginning.
Advent's transport is in position for the evac. Don't let the general escape.
I believe I know where it is.
Oh,
now.
there. Yep, there he is.
Settle down. You're fine.
I can handle that.
Gets the stabilizing at the last second.
Down.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we know what general it is as well.
Double
I know it happens to be a bloody Taipan.
It always is.
on your order.
No, it's a problem is it's a veteran Taipan.
Objective. Target identity confirmed. That's
I'm
the
surprised I
general.
didn't trigger the
Take 'em out
Overwatch.
before they can escape. We won't get another shot at this.
I'm actually more surprised that didn't trigger the
Or
Overwatch.
that also did not trigger the Overwatch. Okay.
This probably
This
will
might
trigger.
trigger the Overwatch.
Oh Jesus Christ! Look at that damage.
Oh. Ugh. That's yucky. Oh, now I'm dead.
Pin down here.
Oh, never mind, he missed. Okay, we're cool. We're chilling. Nice.
And then whiffs the last one.
It wouldn't have killed anyways.
Utilizing hook.
I think you'll probably kill with this, what's it called? The melee hit.
I did nothing.
Oh, or you can shoot. That works too.
4 damage, not enough. 4 or 5, not enough.
Share in my resolve.
You don't have a way to freeze him, do you? Or lock him? I don't know.
Stun, stun, stun.
Oh, yeah?
God damn it.
That armor's tough.
Under attack.
Waiting for my next turn.
We just have to hope that he doesn't run. But he probably will. Oh, no, he's gonna throw a grenade, because he's a dickhead. But he didn't escape, so... Take our wins when we can get them.
Really, crispy, min rolling.
You should have shot first.
Jesus Christ!
You're killing us.
Repaired.
What robotic ally do you have?
That's a. I was gonna say that's Rusty's proxy in there.
Oh. There we go.
NS-15 kill confirmed.
He dodged it too, of
We
course.
have confirmation.
He dodged it and still died. Operation Breathless Empire. 6 wounded.
6 wounded, oh my.
14 enemies out of 15 killed because the Viper King legged it. 3 kills, 40 damage, 239 tiles moved for Rusty. And look! I did new cosmetic. I ported some cosmetics over.
I find it really funny that I totally jinxed you at the beginning when I said, oh, well, at least there's not a Chosen, and then you got the Viper King.
Mervin?
Yeah, sorry, Mervin.
Oh, man.
Well, if the Viper King's
Worst
Mervin,
name possible.
if the Viper King's Mervin, then the Berserker Queen's got.
The Warlock is Rupert.
I was gonna say the Berserker Queen's obviously Bertha.
See, now that's a fitting name. That's That's a name I can get behind. Mervin is a bit of a stretch for me, personally.
I always figured I always considered him more of a Bob, to be honest.
What was I gonna say? I call anything that's female and large Bertha.
Yeah, that's like
It's gotten me in trouble, but it's worth it.
So, like, my sister-in-law's sister is called Bertha. And that is a large woman.
It's between Bertha and Gorlock the Destroyer.
That's quite the range.
I love how... Isn't the character that had spiky hair the one that was bleeding out?
No, the
No, it wasn't.
sharpshooter's the one that was bleeding out.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I love how she's striking a sexy pose, even though she was literally on the floor dying. But never mind, that doesn't apply.
I just want to know how they found a chair.
Yeah, a chair's not that out of place in that location. I can see, you know, like old stuff down there in the sewers.
It reminds me, have you guys seen that
Well,
Family Guy Star Wars parody? Where they're in the what's it called? They're in the trash compactor and they find a couch and they're like, "Oh, you know what? I'm taking this couch." And they can't get it through the door. That's what that chair reminds me of.
By the radical
That's
elements who would
yeah.
poison our world's future.
That's a good.
And still, the El.
Let's bet on the wounded times here. Everyone's gonna have at least 10 plus days. Oh my god, I was way off. It's way worse. Holy shit.
Jesus.
What mod did you install to do this?
35,
Because this
40,
is not
30,
normal. 43
No, it's
days.
fair.
This is good. This is the type of stuff that you need or want to, you know, healthily promote, you know, squad rotation. But yeah, this is also a little bit more realistic.
No, I'm just using sensible wound times.
Yeah. Yeah, seems like it.
But bear in mind, Crispy, this is on Legend.
Oh,
And everybody here got absolutely pelted.
Yeah, that's good.
The only difference on Legend that I didn't know that wound times were increased. The only difference I know with Legend
All times are increased. Hey,
Yeah.
Taipan Carcass and Requiem Essence. Hey, Requiem Jam.
Requiem Jam. Time to make a nice peanut butter sandwich.
I like this. It's like, Commander, I must ask you to ask that you strongly advise our soldiers not to attempt to consume the mysterious substances. While it may look and smell like strawberry jam while in a bright room, any attempt to consume this Requiem essence would assuredly be gruesomely fatal.
Gruesomely fatal. The literally, yeah, Bob said it perfectly. It's the forbidden jam. What was I gonna say? Oh, so the only difference I know between Legend and like Commander is like the health increase and that things are more expensive. I didn't realize it was like,
the campaigns
increase.
also like 50% longer.
Um,
And a lot of the timers are more than 50% longer. That is a very good question. I don't know how Tigan actually knows that yet. Because we haven't done anything to... that is such a good kit Chris did there. Just the morphing of the helmet.
Bent Crease Marine. That is a badass helmet.
It's like almost like horns.
What's the difference between this and like a normal soldier? Is immune to poison and acid? Is that it?
Immune to poison and acids, and has magnesium grenades, which do more damage based on how much armor the enemy, how much armor the target has. So these guys are mech killers, basically.
That's scary.
Yep. And then the Stinger. That's such a cool get back. The rocket launcher.
And then Advent Stinger. That's just a rocket launcher. Oh. What mod adds these?
This is
a Reshi mod.
This is Reshi's new Requiem Advent pack.
Okay, and this works with the previous one. Like I can install this and won't have any issues.
Yeah, no, it just adds on top.
Time to make my game more difficult. Thanks, Reshi. Love you.
It's like time to get people killed.
Yep. Oh, is this it? A Requiem for Man Advent pack? It's on. It's literally on the home page.
Yep, it's literally
Yep.
came out like 2 days ago. Ooh, and
Oh,
a song.
it adds 5. Oh, and more to come. Wow, that's great.
See, Advantageous Terrain is awesome. Exposed Operations, bit of a pain. And the Lost. Yeah, a current active Dark Events, Advent Targeting Uplink, and Undying Loyalty. I'm so glad I don't. I'm so glad I'm not running Grim Horizon, because that would be painful.
Grim Horizons. I can't do Grim Horizon. It terrifies me.
It's not that bad.
No.
Well, bear in mind, some
I
of...
mean, it depends. Like if you're gonna play with mutators, with Resh's mutators, then yeah, that's something you're probably gonna wanna not only be careful with, but you probably want to go into the config files and just look at what everything does and see for yourself before you even start. Is this something that sounds
like it's going
like
to get me.
like it would bring a fun challenge, or is it going to like seriously neuter your entire campaign? You know, so it's like, for example, stuff like that, which is also a good challenge, you know, and that's going to vary from person to person. So, like, for example, for me, something like I don't know, let's say extra pips to the Doom bar. That's fine. That could be an interesting challenge to see how I can clock. But then something like everything now costs 3 million supplies forever. It's like, that's not interesting.
Fair and balanced.
That's an option, but you know, like stuff like that, you know, would be like, yeah, just trying to get past that. What I really like about Grim Horizon is it changes your mind into thinking, can I withstand this for a month versus what am I going to do now because this is going to be forever on my campaign.
I like
it
the
does
mod
change.
that Odd used. I think it was last season, not or I guess this season's over, so 2 seasons ago, where I think it was a chain. It was a resistance chain where he had Grim Horizon, but if you went through the resistance chain, you could remove it. So I was okay with that when I ran it.
Yeah, it's the well, you got plot gated chosen. You've got Grim Horizon Light, which gives you the covert action to remove them, and then there's Grim Horizon Light Redux, which gives you the actual chain, whereas the CI chain version of that.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so I didn't mind that. I liked that. I thought that was, you know, I think you kind of said it well, Kex, where it's like, you know, you could, if you do something that like provides an extra challenge, it's not the end of the world to like maybe do something to give you a buffer. So like if I were to add Grim Horizon, yeah, I probably would do something like you know, add 2 bars to the Advent project or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I've got my pip set to 3 currently. So everybody is. So I've got a couple extra, but I'm not running like a lengthy scheme, which is too long in my opinion. Actually, the exposed operation and the loss, I'm not sure I want. Who else is here? Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna push Fire Tiger in. Lost are immune to poison, that would be pointless. No, everybody doesn't need to be pulling the... Fine, you can have a Molotov.
Are you enjoying the vanilla Redux or whatever the mod is called?
I'm actually quite liking what Iridar's done with them. It's not massively different, but it's enough different.
Hmm. But you're liking it more than the proficiency classes?
Not as a concept, but the difference is I've done proficiency so many times, I'm enjoying it as a change.
Apparently they've stumbled on the
Gotcha.
location of an
That makes
advent
sense.
data vault storing files critical to the aliens' latest project. As far as we can tell, hostile forces also picked up on the signal and they weren't about to leave anyone from the resistance alive. We're going in to sweep the site, eliminate all hostile forces and find the
Note to self, need to get that guy away from the...
advent data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed.
As I expected, Commander, there are significant readings indicative of the Lost moving throughout the combat zone. Be careful out there.
Affirmative.
Damn, you brought Rusty in with all that damage?
Yeah, because I know he has a heal.
True.
Bold. But it needed to be done.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in at the point of I really kind of needed a carry. Because I've got a lot of...
You're just shooting right off the bat, huh?
It's so fun. I really needed the extra difficulty.
Ist das auch sicher? Advent-Einheiten gesichtet.
Self hates you. Uh-oh. Stinky. Oh, that officer has a sword.
Yep.
It's still moving.
Damn, I was
Orders
rooting for
confirmed,
that.
on the move. I'll take the high road.
Oh yeah, for the content self. Mm-hmm.
I could also call it, FCP the Clash and just put like a picture of the Clash, the band.
That would be one answer, yeah.
I'm leaning towards anachronistic FCP. But I'm still... Damn it. I'm still not... Like, there hasn't been one where I'm like, that's the one. I haven't found. Like, I'm looking through fashion blogs, looking for terms of clashing in that world.
Stehe unter Beschuss.
And funnily enough, the term for that is anachronistic.
Yeah.
Fucking hate undying loyalty. And so far, if it was for the content, people would be rolling the dice. Because that would screw me if somebody started bloody exploding.
What's the guide the raid redeem?
That's for when I'm raiding out, you can choose who I raid.
Oh.
That's quite cool, actually. That's quite cool.
Ah,
Roll the dice timed out, someone.
that's
Nice.
a good one, Bob. Yeah.
That is a good one.
I don't, but it's a bit obscure though. I don't know how many people will get that. Plus, it could also give like the wrong impression that this is going to be like Advent clothing.
I was gonna say that was what I was about to say. It does feel a bit Advent. You say, is it going to be an Advent?
I mean, also like if we think of it like from a different angle, this could also be like
If you say so.
cosplay and costume party. I mean, I don't want to belittle, you know, the work that I'm doing. I know that for some people that has like a negative connotation, or like of not taking it serious. But in a way, yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, it could be like, you know, FCP cosplay. It's just like, I mean, I could also put in stuff there, like, I don't know, maybe like for example, I've come across, you know, like different cheerleader outfits, but I've always been like, nah, I don't think I want to add a cheerleader outfit. That's like too, I don't know, I guess too dumb. But that's not even the right word, because like, I don't know. But like, if this were like the cosplay mod, then it does have a place. But then it's like, I don't know. I mean, what I really like the idea is that I guess like the items I'm choosing are like when the like I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking like invasion era and not 20 years later. You know, it's like, oh my god, the aliens just crashed. While the aliens just arrived and started attacking Earth, while you were doing whatever you were doing, go and survive type of thing, right? So then, yeah, you could be, you know, have a nurse outfit because you were in the hospital during an operation. You could be a cheerleader during a game. You could be a fashion model during a fashion show. You could be a soldier during a scrimmage, whatever, you know, it makes sense. But that sense of urgency is honestly not present. So it's like, it's been 20 fucking years. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's, I guess trying to make sense of any of this is pointless. Also, it's just civilian clothing, not costume.
But it feels like it should be more of a costume pack.
Well,
there you go. Instead of female clothing pack, it's female costume pack.
FC Time Warp. Ooh, wait. I don't know why, but that made me think of, yeah, I can add pirate stuff. And cowboy stuff.
Well, but to get it right, to do that though, you would also have to add, you know, like fishnets for men.
Okay.
Oh no, because this is a spin-off for FCP, so
Missed the target.
no fishnet for.
Conversation has turmoiled.
I definitely.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I'm trusting you here.
I do like Time Warp because it's kind of like in that same vein of anachronistic.
And surely, if you go in time warp, you'd have to be making it for sweet transvestites.
What are sweet transvestites?
Oh Jesus
That's it.
Christ! I keep forgetting stuff like
Don't
Rocky.
Britain.
Yeah, I was gonna
Someone's
say
gonna get canceled soon.
I'm making
British thing.
a Rocky Horror Picture Show reference. All right. Which yes is definitely a very British thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have friends that love that movie. I've just literally never seen it.
It's something. Bearing in mind it's a
It's like
musical,
one of those classics, you know. It's kind of like saying
and the stage show apparently is even better.
Python and the Holy Grail is also like another example of like a very cult classic thing that has just like stuck through the ages.
No, but Monty Python is way more popular.
In fairness, Bob, I would if Kex gave me the assets, I would happily add the fishnets for the men.
Oh, I can I can give them to you. Those are they're actually just a texture thing. What I did is I literally grabbed the meshes, the actual legs, and just like copied the portion that would be the stockings, made them slightly bigger, and then it just gave them a texture. So this is literally, yeah, that one could be like super easy freebie to do. Like, could include an FCP, sure. Yeah, in an MCP. Yeah. That could be an easy one because that's just a textures thing. Those could be easy.
But yeah, for reference, for the point I was trying to make there, Kex, is Time Warp is one of the songs from Rocky Horror Picture Show, as is Sweet Transvestite.
Oh, I see. See, now with proper context, you won't get cancelled. Ooh, tattoos. Yeah, I could add more tattoos. I was like the plan since freaking FCP1, and I never really went through with it. So tattoos,
Very sad what
scars.
happened to Tim Curry.
What happened to Tim Curry?
So Tim Curry, I mean, I know Rocky Horror Picture Show because I know Tim Curry's in it. And I love Tim Curry.
It was actually his first ever film role.
We have positive confirmation
Oh,
of the
I didn't
target
know that.
package.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm on his Wikipedia page right now. You're right. It is his first.
Oh.
I'm a massive Tim Curry fan. So
His speech. Oh man, I had no
Like,
idea.
yeah, he had a major stroke, like, like 15 years ago.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it
long
says
time
something
ago.
like that.
2012.
And then yeah, so he had to stop doing actual physical roles, which sucks because he's a
Yeah, it was real
phenomenal
good.
actor.
Yeah,
he really is.
Oh, that sucks, man.
He was in they hired him for one of the Command and Conquer.
Yeah,
games.
but he was in Red Alert 2.
Which was hysterical. I mean, he literally laughs during his performance because the script is so fucking stupid.
Well, it's Command and Conquer. You expect stupid.
Yeah, I know it has to. I know it has to be stupid. I know.
But yeah, he hams it up so much and so well. It's absolutely great.
He voiced. Who did he voice? He voiced Palpatine in the Clone Wars in Star Wars: The Clone Wars after what's his name? I always forget his name. Passed away. The original voice actor. So he took over, and he did a phenomenal job with that too.
What the? I'm looking for synonyms for anachronistic, right? One of those is moth eat. Like, what the hell?
How is Moth-eaten a synonym for anachronistic?
I mean, I guess it's saying it's old, but there's some interesting options here. Vintage.
Hostile neutralized. Could you?
So I got obsolete, antiquated, vintage, traditional, historical, historic, antique, forgotten, ancient, anachronous, outmoded, outdated, old-fashioned, quaint, retro, old world, out of date, old time, old school, retrograde, olden, moldy, outworn, old-timey, stodgy, fusty, dated, past, late, superannuated, venerable, fossilized, antediluvian, atavistic, passé, rinky-dink, hoary, aged, old hat, erstwhile, bygone, age-old, musty, old-fangled, former, timeless, ageless, moth-eaten, remote, dateless. So out of these, that bygone, vintage, these are kind of like not terrible terms. Retro. Although retro to me feels kind of like at most 40, 50 years ago, not like hundreds or thousands. Like, I don't know if like actual...
Retro is theoretically anything old.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's technically, but it's just kind of like the feeling.
But yes, I know exactly what you're saying.
Let's go.
Like, it would make sense, for example, I don't know, if this is like Project Zomboid and the clothing is like from 50. Okay, yeah, that's all right. But it's not just that. No, it's like also like, I mean, if it's like stuff, you're gonna have like like classic Greek and Egyptian era, you know, from those what do you call them, empires or kingdoms, or that. Like, I mean, we're talking way older than quote unquote retro.
Yeah.
It's the same as vintage. Vintage, I really like the word, but it feels kind of like
Prepare for more incoming.
at most, I don't know, 60 years old. Not. Yeah, I think anachronistic is winning out, man.
Rüstung hat mich gerettet.
Incoming transport detected.
Bygone is not a bad option as well. FCP Bygone. I like the simplicity of just calling it that. You know, FCP. Not a mouthful.
Like Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and if I can survive this next round, I will be unstoppable. But if I die, I will be really, really sad.
That's gaming in a nutshell. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm in a position where if I win, I'll keep winning. If I don't, I'm fucked.
Munition ist gleich alle.
That's exactly what's going on right now.
Shot failed to connect. Back online. Target eliminated.
So bygone means no longer existing.
Yeah,
I have
basically.
a 43% chance of winning. Godspeed.
You want this easy, fleshbag. Unit repaired.
It's not looking good. Yep, I lost. Barely. I had a 28% chance of losing. I'm very sad. Well, at least you got better region income. Yay.
Yep.
Menace 1-5 acknowledged. The package is secure. Be advised, reinforcements are...
Some of us suffer while others succeed.
See, the very best of us do both. I've definitely suffered for my success with my amount of death, my amount of killed people, amount of wounded people. Oh look, there's not sure promotion poster.
Ich liebe meine Rüstung.
I'm ready. He's down.
Oh ja. Okay, bin unterwegs. Zufrieden? What's over there? Oh yeah.
Could also be FCP Back to the Future.
That's a very intriguing combination.
Ooh, I don't know why I didn't think about this before, Gex. How about FCP Experimental?
Okay. Yeah, because it's like...
You're experimenting with the different designs rather than...
Yeah, and it's not like tying it to a time period or to a non-time period. It's more in the vein of, you know, the cosplay and costume.
Yeah.
Like, but without that quote unquote negative or unserious connotation.
Yeah.
It has that.
I have had absolutely no idea what you guys have been talking about this entire time.
Kex is trying to
Yeah, so
find
basically-
a name for his new spin-off FCP pack.
Exactly.
Ah.
And the thing is, like, the whole reasoning for having this spin-off pack is I want the mainline mod to be, you know, outfits that match XCOM2's period. So, like, for example, in the past, I have added stuff that's a little, you know, like out of place, like pirate stuff. Like, I have literally, like, in fact, there's a soldier here, the girl all in black wearing a skirt. Wow. She's wearing, I mean, with the color scheme, it actually, they managed to make it look a little bit more modern, but that's like an actual pirate top. Her, yeah, exactly her. She's wearing a pirate top. But they managed to modernize it. But they managed to modernize it with, with the skirt and the jumper tied around her waist, the boots, the hair, all the other accessories. So it looks kind of like more modern. But basically, yeah. So I want to split those types of outfits that I still really like and I still think they look really cool. But I want to split those off into a different type of mod. So the question was, okay, so what is this spin-off mod going to be called? Because it's going to include all sorts of stuff from all sorts of different eras. Like I have like literal stuff from like ancient, Greek and Egyptian gods, which has absolutely no place in the XCOM game, but they still look really freaking cool. So that's why I want to include them. Pirate stuff, cowboy stuff, steampunk.
Cowboy stuff, I think, is fitting.
Yeah, as I say, cowboy stuff, I would argue is still
Well,
absolutely
it depends,
fine.
because it can be, like stuff from like, you go like modern day rural America, but you compare that to like a Red Dead Redemption. There's like a big difference. Like Red Dead Redemption is like, you can see that it's like, yeah, that's definitely from a different time. Whereas, I don't know. I mean, your modern cowboy is just basically what, like a plaid shirt, jeans, and a cowboy hat. It's that's pretty much it. So it's like,
hey man, it's a good look.
It is, but it's like, but then it's like you remove the cowboy hat, and then it's no longer a cowboy.
What are
hat.
you? Yeah,
Now it's just
all in the hat.
Yeah, so now it's just a shirt and just jeans, and that's it, right? So it's like that. For example, that stuff would go into the mainline FCP, whereas Red Dead Redemption type of cowboy stuff would go into the spin-off. So it's like stuff like that I still think looks very cool. And what's fun is like in that example of the girl in black, it's like you can still find ways to use this like anachronistic stuff and kind of blend it into and modernize it and make it look proper and matching and fitting to the 2035 Earth of the game. Obviously, for example, there's sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I like to think of it sort of like Fallout, where it's like, you got the high tech. I mean, yes, there's a giant wasteland, but like there is high tech around and stuff and cities and all that, and you do have people who are literally full on cowboys. So I do think either would work, but I don't think it would be out of place to go like full Red Dead Redemption, like for when it comes to attire.
Right. But like in that example, the aesthetic that Fallout games are going for is very like retro. It's
retrofuturism.
Which is like what people back then thought the future would look like.
Justice.
So it's like so stuff like Fallout, stuff like BioShock, stuff like the Jetsons, stuff like that, which is like it's a very specific style that it definitely works. But like for example, and that's kind of like the positive thing about XCOM2, which is like while at the same time it's very like period specific, the state of the world is so vague.
Yep.
That, for instance, here's an example. I could totally envision having something like Night City from Cyberpunk 2077 be like one of the cities in this world, in this setting.
Yeah.
While at the same time, outside of the city walls, protected by Advent, I can totally believe that, there are groups like Mad Max weird fuckers, going around, trying to scavenge whatever they can from the cities that were completely
they're called the Reapers.
That's basically the Reapers. Exactly, that's basically the Reapers. So it's like within one setting you can still have so many different clashing styles and they still make sense. So for instance, cyberpunk stuff, Wastelander stuff, I would include in the mainline FCPs. but like the more the cowboy, the pirate, the goddess, the what else do I have? Like the strong ethnic stuff. Like I have like scarves and sashes and shit from the Middle East or something, but not like modern, but more like from way, like we're talking hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. So stuff like that, I think is and here's the thing, I have enough of that stuff to warrant the existence of such a mod. That's also the thing, because it was like, yeah, I would have to start creating stuff now. Like I have shit already ready to go and be added into that. Like a lot of medieval fantasy outfits, not specifically like like knights in shining armor, but more like like your archers and your rogues and thieves, which are just a lot of belts and leather, browns and blacks.
I've got an idea for you, Kex. Staying with just FCP.
Yeah.
Female costume party.
Sounds very horny.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of exposed butts and cleavages, which I'm not opposed to. But yeah, no, that's like we got these two guys that are doing like all the anime existence adding it to the game. So, yeah.
Yay!
No, but like I really like your two options, anachronistic and experimental. Those two are a really good ones. I get it. These FCPA. Yeah. FCP out of time.
Oh, Xena later and Tracer rounds. Yay!
You're like a little kid. I love it.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Could you show us like really quick the that soldier in black with the black skirt and the black top?
Yeah. Big Mama. Grossmutter. This is
Right, yeah, Big Mama.
This is Darth Ryan's character. He made the base look, which is that one.
Yeah, see that's literally that's like literally a pirate outfit, but just like with the color scheme and the other items added to it.
I did a Predator Warden look for him, which just sort of expanded the look a little.
See, yeah, that Warden is kind of like the original.
That's the untintable.
Original colors.
Yeah, that's the untintable one.
And yeah, I mean that looks piratey as hell. But obviously, it depends on what other stuff you're adding to it.
But the whole point is she looks piratey as hell.
Yeah, she looks really.
But she's a sci-fi pirate.
Exactly. That's also like kind of like the thing, right? It's like how do you sci-fi a like some of those old looks, and that's like something I really like about Cyberpunk, which really has some weird shit. Like I wish I could get my hands on like every outfit that exists in that game because they have some really.
So do I. The male ones as well. Some of the male Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, some of the male stuff from Cyberpunk is amazing. Like literally, if I could, hey Sophie, welcome back. If I could port the entirety of the outfits from Cyberpunk into this game, dude, I would. Both male and female.
Did you guys see that they announced a huge patch and possibly another DLC for Cyberpunk?
I did not see.
Yeah.
I thought they were focusing on Witcher 4.
Well, I think they're doing 3 projects because they announced that Cyberpunk 2 was in pre-alpha, so they're making a second one.
Yeah,
Witcher
I heard
4,
that. Yeah.
Witcher 4, they just released the what's it called? The
trailer.
I can't.
Yeah,
it wasn't the trailer. It was like the tech showcase.
Yeah, it was two things because they did show an announcement trailer. And then the one you're talking about, yeah, it was like an Unreal 5 collaboration.
Yeah, exactly.
Tech showcase.
the game is guaranteed not gonna look that good. I mean, they did the same thing with Cyberpunk. I would be very surprised if the game looked that good. But
that'd be
yes,
awesome.
they made an announcement saying that that they were working on. I'm about to sneeze.
Hey!
Oh Jesus Christ!
So what are we giving stun lancers, people? Plasma grenades, gas grenades, or acid grenades?
Out of these three, I think the less dangerous is gas grenade.
Oh, gas is easily the least dangerous.
Yeah, I'm in a heavily agreement.
And to be fair, your missions are getting kind of wonky. So I would use this one to just don't don't make things harder on yourself.
It's part of the fun. Cloyster likes that. It's his
If
kink.
you like that,
Pulls up.
go acid. Go acid, man.
Well, polls up. Go vote.
There's. I do actually want you to succeed, so I will vote for the least. So anyways, while people vote on whether to make your life hell or easier, yeah, they announced that they had a big patch coming for Cyberpunk 1, but they didn't specify what. They just said that there's going to be a huge patch. So some people are speculating, oh, it's going to be another DLC, which I don't mind personally. Or it's just going to be like, just more gameplay mechanics and, stuff like that. No one knows. They haven't hinted at it at all.
Yay! Gas wins.
Right.
But I'm excited regardless.
I still actually haven't got around to playing more than the very start.
I was super invested until they dropped that it was first person. The moment they said first person, I was out.
Really?
And I know
oh, the game is.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, the launch disaster, like that I can't hold that against them in terms of. Like, I know the game is no longer that. Like, I know the game is functional and it's perfect, and I've heard many great stories about the story, the characters, the progression, everything that happens in the game. Yeah, of course, like any other game, there are going to be things that might not be as cool or whatever. But, I mean, those kinds of games, like, they really... It's weird because it's like...
Ooh, that's tech skirmisher.
Like my cup of tea. But I don't know why. Just the fact that it was like first person, I was like, no, man. Like keep it third person. I don't know. I guess like the whole.
Out, man.
Yeah, I definitely should play it, and I definitely want to. I think I should.
Do I need to do?
Someone is working on a third person mod. Yeah, I heard that someone was working.
Oh yeah, but that's been in development. I'm not going to try to be like a buzzkill, but that has been in development for a very long time. So I don't know how realistic it is for that to come to fruition.
It's very difficult to do, man. I mean, it's not just a camera. Like you have.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
I love this.
Everything you have animations to think about, which I'm pretty sure they already have. That shouldn't be difficult, or you can even just recycle animations from other characters that you do see, so that shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, just the entire rebalancing, sometimes even rebuilding of certain areas and maps and how shit works. I mean, playing Gears of War versus playing Call of Duty is a completely different fucking thing, So it's like
very true.
It's just not like, it's not even a pacing thing, right? It's like comparing Mass Effect to Gears of War. Those two are like the third-person shooters, and they play very different.
Well, Gears of War is on a whole another level because of the cover system. I mean, that game literally invented pretty much the modern like third-person cover system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then Mass Effect took on that because that's also like a cover shoot. Yeah,
to be fair, I haven't played Mass Effect, so.
Yeah, so that's kind of that was kind of like what I was expecting from Cyberpunk, and I was full on board. I was like, yeah, man, let's do it.
East Asia.
And because the story is engaging, the setting is engaging, the characters seem engaging, potential of side quests and just world building is insane, kind of like Mass Effect as well. Mass Effect is one of my favorite franchises, so I was like, hell yeah, let's do this, man. And then just the swap to first person was, to me, it's not simple. It's like a big ass swap. So I was like, man. But I agree with you. It's like, despite that, like I should try to play it despite that, because from what I've heard, it is a very cool game.
Are you dying, Cloista? Are you okay? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Look at the operation name.
Halfling chicken.
Halfling chicken. I mean,
That's what you were. That's what you were.
That at
nibbling
most
about?
warrants. That at most warrants air out of a nose. At most, you're like fucking.
Sounded like you were having a fucking asthma attack. I was like worried.
Exactly. It sounded like an asthma-ridden person fighting 16 cats. Like, over there, man.
Yes, Operation Baffling Chicken. I saw that and I was like, I was trying.
Oh, no, we
the
know.
problem was I was trying to stifle the laughter, and I wasn't doing a very good job of it. Hence why it came out like I was trying to, snort.
We were like snorting for like 10 minutes. Anyways.
Yeah, that's why I was like concerned. I was like, that was like a 10-15 second snort. I was like, we're having a casual conversation about third-person shooters, and Cloista's just dying over the mic right now on stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like, so maybe during the first 15 to 20 seconds, it was like, yeah, okay, he's laughing. But then after a minute and a half, 2 minutes into a conversation, like, okay.
I love how we're just adding time. He was like doing this for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
after 10 minutes, I was getting really concerned.
Exactly. At the 30-minute mark, I was like, okay, maybe he's dying. Anyways.
You have a lot of ammo.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Anyways, back to it. If they are working on more DLC, hell yeah, man. I say bring it. I mean, I think games like that are helpful in general to the entire industry in terms of, we want huge, sprawling, robust single-player games. Bring it on.
As long as it's good content. Like this is I'm gonna segue into like, I am a huge Larian Studios lover. Like I played Divinity Original Sin 2 and completed it several times, and for the longest time it was my favorite game of all time. And then Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and I played that, and I was like, holy shit. This is the greatest game I've ever played, but Larian, they're so, I mean, I love them, but they're so stubborn. They're like, we refuse to make DLC, and stuff like that, and I'm just like, guys, like, you make great content. Like, it's okay to make DLC. Like, I understand you're against it, but it's okay to make DLC if it's good. Like, if you keep the quality, then, like, people will buy it and you will deserve the money. If you're doing something shitty, like, I don't know, what's a shitty deal? I don't know, like horse armor for Bethesda.
Yeah.
Like, that's a whole
totally
other thing.
It seems like it seems like a combative stance on something that shouldn't be. I think they're lumping the term DLC into this negative sea of negative shit called microtransaction. And it's like, yes, I understand how microtransactions can be predatory and can be a negative thing, but DLC doesn't necessarily need to be included in that same pile, man. Like back in the day, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, really cool games they weren't even called DLCs, they were called expansions.
Expansion packs. Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing an expansion now.
Exactly, you're playing an Exactly, you're playing.
That's true. You are.
And that's the thing is like during like the last I don't know maybe 10 years the language has changed. Now expansion packs are called DLC, but everything is called DLC. A cosmetic pack is
Yeah.
DLC.
Yeah.
A side mission is a DLC. A weapon pack is a DLC. 16 new stories, 3 new characters, and an alternate ending, which should be an expansion, is now called DLC. So it's like I was
Technically,
in a similar boat to kind of like with
technic,
Giant Games. Because
Kex,
they were also kind of like, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
technically a mod is DLC.
Technically, a mod is DLC, yeah, 100%. But yeah,
I,
yeah, 100%.
I also want to point out, I completely agree with Sophia, because No Man's Sky started out a complete shit show, and now that game is one of the best open world space games, and I've literally thought the exact same thing, where it's like, these guys are giving out 5+ years of free
Yeah.
updates, all of them
That's it.
amazing, and I'm like, guys, like, you can release a DLC. Like, I'll buy it. like you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but and that's the thing, man. It's like the industry is just so toxic that I totally understand that hesitance of like, guys, we had a horrible launch, and now we've turned the ship around, and now we're that story, we're that good, that feel good story of how a company can recover from a poor launch, and if we were to release paid DLC, all of our goodwill will be thrown, and people will call us shills and money grubbing,
That's not the
hungry.
case at all.
And it's like, no, man, it's like good work should be, you know, it's okay.
That's
that
true,
it's attached to
Zoltana.
a price tag. You know, it's completely fine. The change in language happened when they stopped selling the added content of physical discs. Yeah, that's also a good point. And that also like opened the door to so many shady practices. Like I remember when Mass Effect 3 came out, they had day one DLC, and day one DLC is like, dude, guys, like fuck off, right? It's like it's either plan and this wasn't a weapon pack or a skin pack or a side mission. This was like a fucking integral character to the entire. It would be kind of like having a Batman game and your day one DLC is Batman. Well, maybe not Batman, but like having like the Joker is your DLC. It's like, dude, this isn't DLC. This should be fucking in the game, man. What are you doing? And yeah, they got a lot of backlash that shit. And yeah, like I understand like those practices. I understand like legit developers, you know, trying to have a good reputation with player community, being so averse and so hesitant to crossing that line, because yeah, a lot of the community would understand and buy into it and praise them for, you know, like, sure, I will pay for good work, but there's a sizable amount of the community that unfortunately and sadly would turn on Sean Murray and be like, yeah, see, we knew it, you were a fucking shill all along, you know. It'd be like,
We're at force level 5, people.
yeah, it's always, you know, the loudest, most toxic. But
It's the stupidest people who always have the loudest voices.
yeah, exactly.
And I mean, that's in everything. That's not just video games.
Yeah, exactly. But it sucks, man, because then you get some of these developers who are they seem legit, right? In terms of like, look, nobody's nobody hates money. You know, it's like it's you know, it's like nobody's in quarrel with money. It's okay. It's just like, just earn it, and that means different things.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of corporate. Yes, like one of the biggest issues is that there's a lot of corporations, if not the vast majority on the entire planet. But just speaking of the video game industry, that they do focus just on how can we squeeze more cents from the player base with the least amount of possible work, right? And yes, that's a horrible practice. And then there's a handful of developers that seem to have a genuine interest in, yes, we want to give you an amazing gaming experience, and that costs money, but that's okay. You know, like they're so hesitant to be like, oh, should we charge 60? Should we stick to 40? Now games are 70.
Games are fucking $80. Yeah.
Right? Exactly. So it's like, guys, like, fuck, man, look what the industry has done to these poor guys that they're like maybe sometimes even undervaluing their work, or because
Yeah, I mean, Expedition
what the
33 is $50, and that was one of the best games I've ever played. Like the gaming industry is just all over the place when it comes to pricing. And what sucks too is like with companies like fucking Nintendo and the company that makes G2A or GTA, they know that there are people who are gonna buy it regardless. I mean, Nintendo, the Switch 2 is a retarded amount of money, like 450, 500 if you want to get Mario Kart, which is a whole other issue with that being their title game.
Yeah.
And games are $80, and it's like it doesn't matter. Nintendo fans will just, they'll buy it anyways. Like I would love to be playing the new Mario Kart game. Like the new Mario Kart game, it looks genuinely really good. But there ain't no way in a bottom feeding hell that I am paying $80 for that or $450 for the Switch 2.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
when I have a Steam Deck.
And especially since there's like it's very difficult to try to normalize the pricing in the industry in terms of like movies don't really have that wider range, right? We're talking about the shortest commercially viable movie is an hour and a half, and the longest is somewhere around 3 hours and a half. That's it. That's just the experience you're getting, regardless of what the content is. That's the you're gonna be sitting there for either an hour and a half or 3 hours and a half, and you watch this thing, and that's done. So and
you're paying the same price.
And you're paying the same price, and it's easier to regulate because any perk that can inflate the price is outside of the movie. It's, do you just want popcorn or do you want to have a fucking steak served to you in the in a reclining full-on bed? But that's outside, so it's easier to regulate and to normalize homogenize the pricing. Whereas in video games, there's literally gems that I've played. Like the first example that comes to mind is an indie game called To the Moon, which is a 3.5 hour experience. And then you have shit like, what's the one that everybody picks on? Like one of the, I think it's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is like, they market it as a plus sign, like over 200 hours of content, and people are like, dude, like, I don't have 200 fucking hours for just one game, man. Like
they did the same with Shadows too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the range is so huge that it's difficult to regulate or to homogenize. Okay, because sometimes it's not even the amount of hours that you're getting, but the type of experience that you're getting. So for instance, to me, and this is just me personally, a narrative strong, sprawling world type of video game, call it Expedition 33, call it Cyberpunk, call it Mass Effect, call it Baldur's Gate 3. Me personally, I think those I would pay $80. Just me. Stuff like XCOM, Mario Kart, Balatro. I mean, I'm talking more like their main thing is not a narrative, but it's their replayability.
Yeah.
Right?
Roguelike.
And maybe you can even lump in the multiplayer online type of games, because those also generally speaking, don't depend on a strong narrative, but on a strong multiplayer experience with friends or with other people. Those games, I think, also because they're recurring and there's more space for your microtransactions and packs and seasons and blah 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 blah, I would price them lower, maybe at $60. That's my $60 range. And then if you want the weapon pack, the season pack, the whatever the hell Fortnite and Call of Duty and Battlefield and Apex Legends and all of these fucking games do, then
Battle passes.
Sure. Yeah, the battle pass and all stuff. that's money on top of that, and I think that's okay because I think it fits the world of that game. Like the mechanic driving the game is that every quote unquote short period of time, quote unquote, there's going to be new content to explore and to play around with. So I think if that's going to be priced, then your base price needs to be lower. But like for the big ass sprawling games, which you might even just play once, I don't know. Like for example, I played through God of War, the remake, through once. Loved the shit out of it. Paid my good old 60. Or I don't know if it was 70 by the time, but $60. I was happy to do it because I was like, yes, I know what I'm getting. Getting a huge world. I'm gonna be playing this game for hours. Last of Us 2. Hated the fucking hate it. But the amount of hours that were there and the gameplay and everything, to me, that's worth that price tag. It's a different type of experience. So it's like, but again, this is just me, my opinion, my take, my interpretation. It's difficult to regulate and homogenize that. Like, how do you tell somebody, no, Mario Kart shouldn't be an $80 game? Like, based on what? You know, it's like, yeah, based on just the fact that we don't want to pay that much money. Sure, that's a valid reason. But so then what should the price tag be on such a game?
I think it all really comes down to, you know, the value of the content that you're getting and how many hours you're able to realistically put into it. And I think a lot of companies these days overvalue on purpose how much hours they can provide or the type of quality that they're providing in their game. Okay, so like Mario Kart World is not, in my opinion, an $80 game because it's not innovative. For that, I compare it to like previous Mario games. I'm like, it has some new mechanics, sure, like one or two new mechanics, but I mean, what makes it so different that I would pay $80 plus the $450 to get an entirely new console over just using my Switch or even just using like my freaking DS that I still have and playing Mario Kart there. Like there hasn't been any innovation. You know, it's the same thing with Pokemon. That's why Pal World is so successful, is because it actually innovated, and now Nintendo's suing them because Nintendo's the only company that's allowed to patent throwing balls with monsters in them. You know, but compared to something to like Balattro's only, I think, $20 base, you know, and it's probably on sale because it's the Steam Summer Sale. Yeah, it's
right.
13. Oh, it's $15 base. And Balatro, I would happily pay $25-30 for it because the amount of replayability in the game and the innovation, I mean, there's no other game like Balatro. Like you know, and Expedition 33, again, like a phenomenal, spectacular, good shot, spectacular open world game with one of the best soundtracks that I've ever heard in my entire life. And that game is easily worth $60, and they charge $50 for it. You know, and I'm not saying like that's a bad thing, like that's great for the consumer, but it's like that game is definitely worth more than what it's priced at.
Yeah, and it feels to me, maybe I'm wrong, and it's pure speculation, but it feels to me that the developers priced it at that point, not because that's what they feel the game is worth, but out of quote unquote, let's call it, fear of, you know, reprisal from the gaming community saying,
I fully agree. Yeah,
like, this shouldn't be 60 or 70 or whatever the new normal will become, you know, it should be lower. Like it feels like the developers undervalue, like they, and you can spin it into a positive, you know, and say, look, this is our first game as this.
What I was gonna say, yeah.
So let's quote unquote take one for the team. Let's bite the bullet on this one. Now people are gonna be hungry and excited for whatever we do next. That next one we can go up to 70. Sure, that's a strategy, definitely valid. But it feels like in an ideal world, feels like that game should have been priced at 60, and people should have been more than glad after playing the game, realizing
Been
that
happy
yeah,
to
like yeah, we
pay
were
that
happy
price.
to pay 60 for
When you
such
have games like Mario Kart that are $80,
exactly. It's
so.
it's a different experience. It's like I don't know, man. It's just like there's. And you know the typical comparison is always food. You know the good quality meal versus the fast food junk. And yeah, it's apt. You know, it's apt, and I think that good quality stuff should be worth more than your fast food junk. And I'm not calling Mario Kart junk, but just like the experience is,
It's not
it's a different one.
transformative.
It's exactly. It's not. It's difficult to believe that it's going to stick with you outside of crazy examples of the introverted autistic kid that doesn't have any friends and finally got friends through being good at playing Mario Kart. Okay, but like how many examples are you gonna have? Like it's too subjective to even like we can't unfortunately use that as a metric to price games because it's different for every single person. But it does feel more like you're popcorny, like yeah, let's just shut your brain off, have some fun for a couple hours, play with friends or with online people, do crazy shenanigans. Oh, look, it's funny now. Instead of having red and green and blue turtles, now we also have yellow and orange. I don't know. I haven't played Mario Kart since Mario 64.
They added rail grinding, and like that's pretty much it from what I can remember watching videos.
It's basically, to me, it's like it's the equivalent of your Maddens and your FIFAs. It's like, how vastly different can you make them year to year when you do have some constraints? I get that this isn't just a racing game. It does have that combat aspect to it, not just in combat mode, but also like in racing mode. Like the whole idea is to combat through your
I got one crate out of that for the cost of 3 wounds.
One crate?
Yep.
Wow, that's
ouch.
Rough. It's fucked.
Yeah, that's tough. So yeah, it's difficult. I hate that it's difficult to homogenize pricing, and I hate that so much of the pricing seems to be, let's just call it, to simplify it, just unfair or inaccurate. It feels like different metrics, or I don't know. It feels like the quote unquote the wrong metrics are being used when pricing.
I do think unfair is an acceptable term, to be honest. I mean, what I was gonna say too is it feels like Nintendo is really going down the Ubisoft route, where it's like they find one thing, one formula, and then they stick to it until they receive an insane amount of backlash. Because all of the Assassin's Creed games, for example, are literally the same game over. I mean, not even just the Assassin's Creed games, I should say. Like all of their open world games are pretty much identical, and they're fine with that because people will buy it anyways. And and Nintendo is like doing the same thing. The Mario Kart games are the same. The Tears of the Kingdom is pretty much Breath of the Wild with like some fucking building, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, all the Mario games are pretty much the same, like the actual like Mario World and or Mario Builder and stuff like that. Like they just find something and they stick to it instead of innovating, and that frustrates me because they're very capable of making excellent games.
Yeah, Nintendo's a weird one because like I haven't owned a Nintendo console since the 64.
N64 is my oldest one.
The moment PlayStation came out, I went PlayStation, and then currently my PlayStation 4 has been collecting dust next to my PS3 and my PS2, and I've been gaming on PC. I mean, since I was a kid, but lately even more. So yeah, I mean, I understand that they also cater to a demographic that I no longer am a part of. That's completely fine. That's totally fine.
This is another one of Rush's new ones. Look at the wrist blades.
Ooh, those
Oh,
look cool.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I like that.
Does it actually use it though? Because abilities, it doesn't mention anything.
Yeah.
Oh, block. It can block and counter. Yeah, I see.
Blocking counter melee attacks. Yep.
Yes.
Chunky wrist blades.
Chunky.
Yeah,
But yeah, man,
those are
Nintendo's a weird one. Like for example, the fact that their games never go on sale, and
that
here's
too. Yeah.
but here's the weird thing. It's like, in a way, I kind of understand that mentality because it's like it's digital. It doesn't go bad or isn't. I mean, the argument, I guess, it's kind of like cars, right? You want to buy an old car, there's a new car, there's new technology powering it and whatever. Same as video games, you got new technology, so that alone should be argument enough for older games to go on sale, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. To me, it's like I admit full ignorance in this department, but it's just like, I don't know. It sounds weird that everybody else does it and they don't. They get away with it. I hate that because it's mostly like, since their demographic. Here's the thing: the primary demographic they cater to, I would say, is a demographic who doesn't have purchasing power. It's their parents' purchase.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And that's a huge business when you're catering, stuff for children, because it's the parents who have no way of rationalizing with their kids. This isn't good for you, or this blah blah blah. Like they just want the fun new thing. Dude, your entire barracks is out of commission. What the hell, man? Okay, I don't know. You do have some, but
and parents are unfamiliar with the gaming world, so they're not really.
Okay. I'm going to nix I'm going to massively disagree with a comment you just made there.
Okay, go ahead.
Parents aren't familiar with the gaming world.
No.
That would have been true 20 years ago. It is not true today. Because 20 years ago, parents 20 years ago were the generation that was playing the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 1, the original Xbox.
True.
I wouldn't say it's not true, but it's less true.
Yeah, like, yes, your argument is true that there are more gaming parents now than there were in the 90s and the early 2000s. Yes, 100%.
I mean, Kex, me and you, Kex, if me and you had kids, we would be prime examples.
No, I agree, but the thing is, like, I look at the vast majority of my friends who are the exact same age that I am, but the vast majority of my friends who are parents, they stopped gaming when they were 10, 11, 12 years old. So they have no idea what, like, they would have been the ones that fall victim to the, isn't the Wii the same as the Wii U debacle? Like, they would have been those people.
Fair.
Still a lot of people that have no idea, like, see a lot of parents and grandparents always like, oh, I'll buy you this kid. They're the ones that buy you the Transmorphers DVD instead of the Transformers one because they didn't pay attention. They have no idea what the hell's going on. There's still a lot of those. Yeah, those are dying out, and gamers are becoming parents more and more. But it's still not the burger hasn't flipped completely. The pendulum hasn't swung the other way completely.
But I do agree. It is less, for sure.
Yeah. But here's the thing: even if the parent knows, the kid also knows that I want Mario Kart. It's like, dude, you have already the previous 7 Mario Karts. I want the new one. And it's like they can't do shit to quiet the kid unless they buy the new fucking Mario Kart. You want to call that bad parenting? 100%. Yes, that is bad parenting. But it's also a thing that happens, and it drives that industry. That's not just video games; it's just anything that's for kids.
Yeah,
I think that
the
Nintendo
what you're looking.
uses that practice.
Of course they do. That is what is classed. That is literally what is classed as a weaponized. It is literally weaponized pestering.
It's
Yeah, that
it's
sounds about right.
It's
yeah.
it is what we in the UK call pester power.
Yes, but and here's I think what we're saying. I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what we're saying is we don't, to put it simply, we don't like that this negative
Viral.
social situation
Hey, viral.
is actually used as a marketing opportunity from some company.
Oh, I agree. I don't like it either. I'm just saying it is a simple fact.
Yeah, I mean, it exists. It always has and always will, and that's just how the world works, and that's too bad. But yeah, it does suck. It does suck that it seems. No.
This
Things
feels
that
like it feels like that there's just, like I said earlier, there's just a lot less innovation in gaming these days compared to like when I was a kid and I was playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, or one of my favorite games of all time is SWAT 4. Like that game,
okay.
that game came out in, I think, I want to say 2005. I have to look it up. 2005. Okay, I'm not crazy. I know my shit. That game came out, now I didn't play it when I was 5, but I played it when I was, maybe like 14, 15, and I remember saying like, oh man, like this game, like 2005, like they had masterpieces like this coming out. And then, when I turned like 16, Fallout 4 came out, and I was really disappointed with Fallout 4, even though I still think it's a great game. But like I was like
More of the
comparing
same.
it to, I was comparing it to Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, and it just felt kind of hollow compared to those two.
And
You know,
and the best Fallouts are still Fallout 1 and 2, which are
I
completely
I
different games.
those games
Yeah, those
are
are different developer, different everything.
crazy difficult. I cannot. I played Fallout 1. I haven't played Fallout 2, but Fallout 1, I mean, I was dying left and right. Like that game is tough. It's not a bad game. I've seen people do get playthroughs of it, but like,
But I want to address
man,
something
it's
that you
rough.
said, Crispy, because
Yeah, Sophia, it sounds like you really sounds like you need to see a doctor, dude.
Oh,
oh
to
yeah,
Sophia.
your stomach,
Yeah.
your stomach is still murdering you. Then yeah, you have to.
Yeah, like I said, Sophia, I went to the ER on Sunday. It was miserable. And
Yay!
it was,
I wonder who
and
I
that
get.
was, I love how Cloista said yay as soon as I said I went to the ER.
No, I saw
I
Sitrep
know what
meme,
you were
but
yang. I know what you were yang.
that's
I'm
just
watching your
timing.
stream. It was just bad. It was just funny timing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
Yeah,
I had pneumonia last week, and
Oof.
I've had a really rough 2 weeks. I had pneumonia 2 weeks ago, and I was coughing my absolute lungs out. And I went to the ER on Sunday because the pneumonia had gone away, but my chest was like on fire. Like it felt like I was having a heart attack. So I went to urgent care, not the ER. I went to urgent care, and they they took an X-ray, or no, they didn't do an X-ray. Sorry, they did an EKG and, blood pressure and stuff. And they were like, "Your chest is fine." And I was like, "I don't feel fine." And then I got lightheaded, and they were like, "We're calling you an ambulance." So I went to the ER, and my chest turns out was like completely fine, and it was actually my stomach. And it was because the stomach, which I actually didn't know this, the stomach actually goes up to your nipples. So whatever was happening around the heart area, which is why I was feeling that immense like chest pain. So I mean, and now I'm on a bunch of prescriptions and this disgusting thing called Mylanta, which is just absolutely gross. But you should definitely go to like I don't know what I mean, I assume most countries have like an urgent care, but if you're in the US, go to an urgent care and just have them take a look at you, because I've suffered from stomach issues literally my entire life. And if you're confident that like milk is fucking you up, then I mean, yeah, you definitely want to get diagnosed with being lactose intolerant. But it could also be the other thing that you might not have considered, and again, I don't know you personally, I don't know what's going on in your life, but like when I was having really, really bad stomach issues in 2022, I went to gastro and I got every I got every test done except an MRI and a colonoscopy. Well, I have very good insurance, so I only pay $25 when I go to a doctor, but that's because of my dad. He's a government worker. But anyways, but he did every test and couldn't find anything, and it turns out it was all because I was depressed. And he told me to go see a therapist, and once I started seeing a therapist, my stomach started improving drastically. So I mean, and I was one of those people that was like, I'm not under any stress whatsoever. Like, I don't feel stressed at all. But I just it was all going to my stomach rather than my brain. So you never know. It could also be a mental thing too. I'm not trying to say that it's not physical. It could absolutely be physical, and you should get it checked out. But that's just another thing to
Yeah, but like basically,
think
yeah,
about.
check out from both fronts, right? Yeah, check
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
exactly.
At the end of the day, it's better to check everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Especially
best
like if
kind
you're in
of
Canada,
doctors.
you can do that. Yeah, sure. Go all out and have a full check on, see what the hell's going on.
It's the best doctors are the doctors um that view you or that treat you holistically. Like, they don't just treat one problem, they ask you questions about everything else going on in your life and try to treat the surrounding issues as well. Like that, my ER visit, I've been to the ER 4 times in my life. The first time was a good experience. The second and the third time were not. And then this last time was the best out of all of them. Not that ER experiences are ever good, but like the
Right.
quality of care
Yeah.
was good.
Right.
And they were asking me everything under the sun, like, how's your mental state? Are you going to the gym? Are you, you get the idea, X, Y, and Z. So, those are the best kind of doctors. The thing with Canada, I mean, anything that has free healthcare, I've always heard from people in those countries, and I mean, Cloister, you can back me up or dispute me, is that usually a lot of doctors, specialists at least, have like really long wait lists.
Yeah, that's what I've
Usually,
heard. It's free, but it's a pain in the. Yeah, but it takes a
yeah,
while. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
like being free is
It,
great,
it's
but
difficult in the UK at the moment. It's difficult enough to get a fucking GP's appointment, let alone more than that.
I've heard ENT appointments are actually a hellhole to try to get in the UK. Like
No,
always booked.
well, actually going to accident and emergency is okay because you can take yourself in theory. But the problem is the waiting times. I mean, with A&E, average wait time in this country is 6 hours.
Across the region. So that's exactly what we're going
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
And that
If
is a good.
if they don't consider you emergent, and if they don't consider you an emergency,
Directly into their primary network.
and there is that, yeah.
Destroying it while it's still connected will severely damage their linked systems.
See, that I disagree with, Bob. I've always had really, really good luck with finding doctors really quickly. And I live in New York, which is, one of the most populated states in America. I've had really, really good luck finding doctors. I will say, I am totally jinxing myself here because the gastro that I was trying to see, I can't see for 3 months, so I have to find another one. But besides that, typically I've had no problems finding doctors. But I don't. I'm speaking. From my own experience. Obviously, I can't speak for other states or other parts of New York and stuff like that. But the part that I am, which is the second most populated part of New York besides New York City, I haven't had many problems with wait lists or anything like that.
Let's do this.
That's good. But yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's a compromise. I mean, that's the whole issue with healthcare. We won't have to get into a huge political discussion, but it's like,
Right.
it's like free healthcare is obviously fantastic, but is it worth having to wait 2, 3 months, if for something that's like affecting you daily, compared to like if having it, some sort of insurance and being able to see it. And being able to see a doctor. I'm surprised the meme bot didn't see them from where he was.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
But compared to like having to pay a copay or whatever and for insurance, but being able to see a doctor, the same week that you're having a major issue. So it's we all wish for the best of both worlds. We want to eat our cake or have our cake and eat it too.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Yeah.
I hope Meanbot doesn't die. At least he hunkers down.
They've chosen me?
Oh, that's the new one. That's the torture.
Torture, that's another one of Reshi's new ones.
What animation did it just do? Because nothing came out. It pointed its arm at you and then nothing came out.
It was trying to do grapple, I think, because torches are basically purifiers with grapples.
That's disgusting. That sounds exactly like something Reshi would make.
I don't know what that made me laugh so much, but that was really funny. That is disgusting. Yeah, that is yeah. With all obviously due respect and all the love that we have for Reshi, that is a good way of describing the feeling towards a lot of the evilness that she concocts.
I was playing. This was when my campaign stopped. I was going through one of the warlock strongholds, and I encountered. I don't even remember the name of the enemy because it scarred me for life. But it was that it was the enemy, that giant. What's it called? It's like a giant pillar, and it teleports around and
Oh,
explodes.
the altar.
Yeah, the altar. Yeah, the altar squad wiped me, and I
Yeah.
turned off. I exited to the main menu. I deleted the campaign, and then I took a very long break from XCOM because that just blew me away in a really bad, upsetting way.
Yeah. That's why I play with console commands on, because there's just some stuff that is just like this is too much.
Yeah, and I don't remember what I did, or that I was like, the altar's not a threat. Doesn't the altar like charge up its attack or something like that?
It does.
Like
it does
was...
now, but that's the thing. It was a change because it used to be able to teleport, charge, and unload in the same in the same turn. So it was like, dude, there's absolutely no way to.
Okay, so yeah, so when I played, it took several turns to charge up or whatever. Like I don't like it didn't do all that in one turn. Is the point I'm making? So
Okay.
I was like, it was surrounded by, Fantasians, whatever they're called,
Yeah.
high level threats. And I was like, I'm just going to deal with these. The altar doesn't seem to be doing anything besides buffing. And I think it buffs them too, right? Doesn't it buff the enemies?
It
I thought
does.
it did.
Maybe it does. Maybe it does. It's been a while since I. Yeah, it does like some sort of AOE thing that I think help buffs them. I think so.
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah.
it's-
So I was like, I'll just leave. I thought it was entirely a support unit. So I was like, oh, I'll just leave it alone, kill all the stuff, and then I'll kill this fucking thing that has like 40 health. And then what do I know? It teleports in the middle of my squad. Now, granted, I probably shouldn't have had my squad so close together, but I didn't have much of a choice because this was all at the teleport room. So they all kind of had to be close together. So it was also
Yeah.
just an awful spot. And
Yeah.
then what do I know? It teleports and then blows up everyone and makes me extraordinarily sad.
Yeah. That's
So fuck you, Reshi, but I love you, Reshi. But fuck you, Reshi.
Yeah, I know. But that's
That's the standard response to Reshi's
Yeah.
stuff, to be fair.
it's also like to me it's also kind of like in a weird way like a welcome challenge in terms of
Oh yeah,
Like-
I fully agree. Yes. Yeah.
like it's just like we've been playing this game for so long, like a lot of us, or I would say the majority of us, that have been playing this game just for so long that it's like you know every mechanic, every enemy, every map, even if it's modular. It's like there's only so much.
The same thing. Yeah.
Game's only 10, like game's 10 years old. It's like it's there's a point where it's just you it's no longer going to be able to surprise you. So
No, yeah, that's why like it's like fuck you, Reshi, but also you're the best, Reshi. It's because now playing with these new units and everything, it definitely, and not even just the units. I mean, Reshi added gear and like she went the full
she went
100-yard mile. It definitely feels like I'm playing not really a new game, but close. What's it called? Like playing Chimera Squad. It's the same game with just like new mechanics. And it's kind of like I view it that, except I like this more than Chimera Squad.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's like Chimera Squad, yeah, but actually fun and engaging.
I mean, well, I did like Chimera Squad. I enjoyed my time with Chimera Squad, but it was a one and done thing. There's not really any replayability there. But I did enjoy it. I really like the breach system. I thought that was a very nice.
Yeah, I
mechanic.
would agree that the breach system is a system that I could definitely see myself welcoming in a new XCOM whenever, if that ever does happen.
But yeah,
that could be fun. I thought that was like one of the, and also maybe not the full game, but another mechanic that I thought has room to grow maybe is the interleave turns. Like maybe
that's definitely like a preference thing,
I think if you have like just a few missions, like, or just this mission, this specific mission type is gonna have. It's like kind of like in a weird dumb way. I kind of see it like,
I don't like that.
Like a bomb mission or an escort VIP mission. It's like there's just a different mechanic.
Yeah.
Will be
like-
solved. You do something like that. That could be fun.
Fucking
I
rolling damage.
of course. Like my view on it is very similar to that, where it's like I think Chimera Squad had good mechanics, but the problem was that those mechanics were on every single mission when sometimes it felt it started to get repetitive. So like my view on it is pretty much exactly what you said. It was a nice shot. Where it's like, oh yeah, I think a majority of XCOM 3, if that were to happen, that's a grenade. Um, wow, that's a bad grenade. For you, Cloisto, good for them. But like a majority of the game is like how it is now, where it's like you take your turn, then the enemy takes their turn, and so on and so forth. And then, yeah, some missions will be like, oh yeah, actually the enemy gets to take a turn here, like it's like the Chimera Squad system with the turn orders, like Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity Original
Yeah.
Sin 2. And then same thing, some missions would be like urban combat like missions where it would have a breach system. So not every mission has a breach because then it gets repetitive and boring, but then you have missions where it does have a breach and those feel much more exciting because they're rarer. It's like hero units, if everyone was a
Yeah.
hero, it's like, what's that quote? Is it from The Incredibles?
Yeah.
Where it's like everyone's a super, then no one is. It's the same thing here. If everyone was a hero unit, then no one is, So it's kind of the same thing. If you interlace those mechanics, well to where it's not every single thing, then it's a nice touch up on to the game.
It's kind of like yeah, 100%. It's why sometimes when you have games where there's gonna be this one thing that happens once. Like even in the context of XCOM, I'm thinking of the first XCOM, the enemy. Well, I mean first, but the first Firaxis one, the enemy unknown, enemy within and unknown, the Newfoundland mission. It's not only well regarded and loved by the community, of course, scary chrysalids, but because it never happens again. It never
It's
happens.
literally it is literally
Want that.
one of the main, if not the main moment in the game where that mission shows up and every player is collectively like, oh fuck. Like
Exactly.
like
And
that
I love that. I love that for the
like
game.
that yeah like that mission is so scarily designed and difficult where it's just like, oh my god, like I dread it. But like it's also like when you play it and you complete it, it's like, I mean, it might be super depressing if a bunch of soldiers die, but I mean it's still rewarding when you
Oh
when
yeah,
you complete it.
it's a huge hurrah. Yeah, you're like, fuck yes, I did it. Yeah, I get 100%. And it's so true. Like, I mean, and it ties back to what we were saying before of the those
Yeah, it
mechanics.
needs Bob. It needs proper.
Like you need to be very smart about what mechanics in the game are going to be bangers. They're gonna be
Well
well
received by the
players,
community. Yeah.
but at the same time that you don't want to over rely on because of the same thing. You're gonna be like, yeah, we don't. It's a tough balance, right? Because you're like, Jesus. I mean, people are gonna love this, but do we? So because they're gonna love this, do we do this more? Do we do this less? Do we do? Is it just a one-time thing? Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
it's
Pine makes a really, really good point where it's like the main problem with the interlace thing is that it went XCOM enemy. There was no way to really affect the turn order. I think you could delay your turn. I don't remember. I haven't played the game since it came out. But like I would much rather it be like, yeah, you have interlaced, everyone has like a speed value, and that would determine initiative, because one of the issues I found while playing Chimera Squad was, again, it kind of fell into the same rhythm of like, okay, this enemy's going next, so I have to use this soldier to focus fire that soldier. and then so on and so forth. It would keep going on and on and on, rather than it would be like, oh, you know, 3 of my soldiers have, you know, are going first, and then a bunch of Advent or whatever is going next.
That's a proper
so
shit
I
boss
can,
mod.
and yeah, that looks terrifying. And then, you know, so you can have one soldier focus one thing, one soldier focus another, you know, so on and so forth, rather than it being, yeah, this soldier has to focus this one because he's going next, or something like that.
No, and in a weird way, it also kind of
Was ist da drüben?
eliminates difficulty. Because if it's like, okay, so if this guy is going next, there's
I know
no.
I don't have to worry about the other guy. Yeah.
It's like I know exactly who I need to
Hey,
prioritize right now because he's going next. Whereas,
Holy shit! Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Did Reshi? Am I crazy, or is the Muton Fantashion like larger?
No,
like-
I think she made him larger. I think.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking giant. Oh, that's depressing.
Well, I mean, bleeding out. Do you have stay with me or something? Did you?
I'm using Chimera Squad Stabilize.
Sie sind einfach überall.
Alright.
It's just getting people close enough.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, and Viral's here to witness it. Uh-oh. Also,
Well,
hi, Bob Bear. We
well,
have two
what
Bobs now.
what Viral should have done is actually, you know, used his ability to heal himself.
Oh yeah, blame Viral. See?
Well,
What did I do? See? Uh-huh.
nothing, which is the point.
Yeah.
Grappling.
Oh man.
That's a good grapple. That's some range right there. You're dying, Viral. That's what's happening, and Cloister's blaming you. God forbid you eat. Oh my God. What an absolute fucking gamer. I don't think that revives you though.
No, it doesn't.
But it does help. I'm worried about what Pine said though, if it's gonna be. I mean, live service could just mean what kind of similar to what XCOM2 was, where they were just updating it regularly and stuff like that. But then again, live service mostly nowadays just means fuck you, pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
Although I don't think it's a genre of game where that business model would affect
works. Yeah.
It just doesn't seem. Yeah, I just don't think it would.
Yeah, she 100% made those mutons larger. That thing is it's larger than the mech.
Oh, Reshi.
I don't know if I want that either, Pine.
Mantengo la posizione.
Min damage, of course.
I mean, I'm just surprised Pine hasn't dropped in a turret by now. Especially seeing as I might actually lose Audrey at this point.
Hey. You can't just do that. Just say that and not expect anything to happen. How do I send in 16 mechs to save her?
Well, you...
I'm gonna send in another meme bot.
Drop 16 mechs to save her. There we go.
Oh, never mind. Viral beat me to it.
Nice.
Well, what
Okay, well, then I can do this then.
Well, Kex needs to do that I've just typed, which didn't work for me because I'm not Kex.
So what is it? It's okay. I need to do that. This.
It's exclamation mark K3XXX. 3 X's, not 2.
3X is like porn.
Yeah.
Why do you pornography me? I'm not the porn guy.
Lo voglio.
Ish.
Processo.
Nothing's happening.
Because it's waiting for the turn and for.
Oh.
There we go. Spawning in the stupidest fucking place possible.
That's in character. Wait, what's the heal me?
It's one of the. It's not a It's not. It's a redeem, not a chat command.
Redeem, but where's the? Zero highlight my message, supposed to move, hydrate, and roll the dice.
I love how you said hydrate with like disgust, like drinking water is bad.
Yeah, there's one that's it's heal. It's here. There's one that's called heal me.
Heal me. There you go. 2,000. Heal me. Redeem.
You might have redeemed it too early. I don't know if you're gonna get the full. Oh wait, no, never mind. You're not viral. I was thinking of viral.
Yeah, no.
Big
Oh,
Mama.
it doesn't remove the corrosion though. That sucks.
Hier kommt der Schmerz.
9%. Wow.
I landed at 15%. Turret landed at 15%.
Gamer, and then oh yeah, and then of course he turns into a zombie.
Of
Yes, because
course.
Undying Loyalty.
Because we can't have nice things. I hate Undying Loyalty. I commented that shit out of my game. It's so. I hate it so.
You hit the stun lancer, I would have felt really, really vindicated.
Tech spot hit the stun lancer.
Yay! I don't know why you made me yellow. I hate yellow.
That's why I made you yellow.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, all the other cool colors were probably.
Je dois pouvoir faire ça.
Well, wait, what color would you have preferred?
Probably, if I couldn't have had black, probably would have gone with probably blue. Yeah, I think. Yeah, probably. Who's blue? Rusty?
Scorpio. So blue's definitely a swap I could do.
Well,
If you say so.
I'm trying to make a really baggy jacket, not be that.
God, nice shot.
It'll be baggy. It's just
Va
not.
bene. Al riparo. Covering.
No, crazy's pink, viral.
I need some help.
So what is it? Is it just the mech now?
Which is currently shut down.
Okay, yeah, this one.
Oh, look! And the red was another kick spot, and then yeah, reinforcement drops.
Yeah, okay, this worked.
Of a torture
Yeah,
on
but
an
they're
officer.
right next to they're right next to the turret and the meme bot, so I mean it's not the end of the world.
This when
Damn, those torturers have a lot of fucking armor.
Yes, plus they explode, so I need to be very careful.
Oh yeah, well that's just a bonus.
Medusa killed it.
It's dead. It has to be dead.
Nice.
My weapon.
hell yeah.
Well, this mission went from utter shit to
That armor.
I don't know, shit in a bag. I'm not exactly sure what to compare it to. It's better.
It's better quality shit.
Yeah, like you know, some you know, it's not green anymore, it's brown.
Yeah. It's like you can. It's funny, but it's like you can literally just add the word "the." So yeah, this went from the mission
Shit
being
to the shit.
to the mission being
That's
the
a
shit.
confirmed visual on the transmitter.
It's just-
Plant the X4 charges before
It's
they
just
can
funny
turn
language.
on the network.
You're lucky the community is rich in points, Cloister.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Although I am still sad I lost 10,000 to the bet the other day.
Pas de soucis, chef.
I wish I
Oof.
wasn't a gambling addict. This is
But
your
bear,
fault.
bear in mind, I balance my run for people chucking points, though. You've got to factor in.
4 Requiem essence. That seems pretty damn good.
Ça se voit tout de suite que je
We're
gère.
not
Nice.
picking up any other contacts. Get those charges deployed. Overwatch.
Yeah, point gain is low, unless you're a sub, then you get like a burst, and then you get a 1.2 multiplier, and then I think if you gift subs, you get points. Twitch.
Well, Power Girl's
Gotta
not here at the
squeeze you out of
moment,
everything.
Pine.
Network. We're running out of time.
Oh, you better hit turret. Ah, I'm rubbing my nipples. Nice. Damn, my kill broke the game.
Bloody Undying Loyalty visualizers.
Yeah.
Do the command to skip the visualizers. Hang, got you.
No, I just use slow-mo 69 to speed it up. Look how fast I'm
Wonderful.
spinning!
What a wonderful number. It's very dramatic.
Slow-mo 50... Past... slow-mo 50 is actually the max. Beyond 50, it's all the same speed. But I just like using 69
So you just
because
do
it's
it for the
69.
funny X number, yes. Uh-oh.
I was just told it's 10 past 4, so best finish up soon. And that's it at minus 50, where it's almost
Did you break the game? I'm so confused. What did you do?
I set slow-mo to minus 50.
And what does that do? Does that make it slower or faster?
Yeah, slow. Super slow. That is literally super slow-mo.
Check it before you get too close. I'm trusting you here.
Feeling that torture might be a pain in the ass. $45. Oh, okay. Never mind. And you were shitting on that turret location.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. The game knows what I want.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Ich bin bereit. Scanner Gebiet.
Guard duty it is. I am
Opposition.
ever vigilant.
Holding position.
Maintaining position.
Oh, staying put. How tactically innovative.
On a plusieurs ennemis qui avancent sur nous.
Oh, great. More.
Yeah.
How come they're spawning instantly? Is that the
Wave.
That-
Disconnect the
Yeah,
transmitter. This is
okay.
our last chance.
Why are these shoes 3,000? Jesus.
Up more zombies.
Zombies. Wave sit rep plus Undying Loyalty. It's just bullshit.
Viral. Why did you redeem another turret?
Because
We're doing just fine.
The X4 charges are active, but the aliens are still working to isolate the transmitter. Eliminate any remaining hostiles before they cut it off.
Vous avez vu ça?
Well, you were just complaining that you're not rich in points anymore. Oh, of course, and Zelf gotta just, yeah. Isn't the mission gonna end before this triggers, Self?
Yep. And Medusa gets the final kill.
Good work, Commander.
Yay!
Go Medusa.
That's like when you do even the odds, yeah. So, Operation Silk Legion, 4 wounded, 1 killed, which was the first meme bot, 437 for Tigress, 116 for Salty Marge, 212 for Dust, 661 and MVP for Medusa.
Yup. Yup, baby.
Oh, well, Medusa's happy. Oh, okay. Oh.
Trying to find it.
Yeah, that
I
one.
like that one.
I like that
Will you
one.
follow her? Damn right I will.
119 for Moose, 326 for Grissmutter.
Great tits ahoy. This is Pine right now. Hold on. That's you, Pine.
Propaganda never looked so pretty.
Jaw drops to floor, eyes pop out of sockets, accompanied by trumpets, heart beats out of chest. Awooga, awooga sound effect. Pulls chain on train whistle that has appeared next to head as steam blows out. Slams fist on table, rattling any plates, bowls, or silverware. Whistles loudly. Fireworks shoot from top of head. Pants loudly as tongue hangs out of mouth. Wipes comically large bead of sweat from a forehead. Clears throat, straightens tie, combs hair. Ahem. You look very lovely.
Yeah, I know. There
Oh,
we
I
go.
didn't know that, Pine. I just thought you were gooning. Which I would never judge for.
Running.
There's no games during the Steam Summer Sale that I want. I already own everything I want. I want to spend money. I want to be irresponsible.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot to do the medal.
This game looks like No Man's Sky, but Minecraft. Cubic Odyssey. Oh, but it's there's a lot of negative reviews, so never mind.
There we go.
Have you been playing Helldivers 2, Cloister?
No, being honest, it's been a case of I've been at work and work has been knackering, and especially in this heat. So,
What's heat to you? How hot is it over there?
well, it's not been too bad today,
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project.
but it's been low mid 30s quite a bit lately, which over here is hot because we really
Oh
don't
yeah,
have the
no,
infrastructure
no,
for it.
no. I mean, that's in the 80s, 85s, and above for
I don't mince words when it comes to
freedom
aliens.
units.
And the
So
skirmishers are no different.
that is
I
very
don't
hot.
trust them.
Yeah,
And I don't
we
like
had a
losing my
huge
people.
heat wave the past few days. Well, last week I should say, and that was a literal hellhole. I hated that. I want to get Stalker 2, but the game is still incredibly buggy, so that's on hold. And I still don't know how I feel about Stellaris.
We will begin the covert action immediately, Commander.
Play Project Zomboid. That was
I'm waiting for them to finish the build. The unstable build. Especially because the 4.2 or 42 isn't multiplayer friendly, and me and my friend I enjoy playing the game solo, but I enjoy playing it with my friend
yeah.
more. I'm waiting for 42 to become stable for multiplayer. I really hate one of my biggest pet peeves with Project Zomboid isn't
Yay!
actually with the game itself. Oh, sick. That's awesome.
Second spot.
My biggest pet peeve isn't actually with the game itself, it's the fact that the Steam discussions always have the comments locked. So, like,
Yeah.
anytime I want to comment something to the fucking devs, I gotta go to the Discord, which annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, that used to be me with Valheim. Then I hated the community, and I just left.
I never got into Valheim. I mean, I bought it, I played it for maybe like a few hours. I think I have like 3 hours on it. Hold on, I'm looking right now. Yeah, 3.5 hours.
Sophia says if
And
you're
I
playing
never
Zomboid,
got into it.
invite him. I mean, like, if you guys want to set up doing some Project Zomboid, I would happily come and play if I owned it, which I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like I said, I love the game, but I just want to wait until 42 is stable because 42 and 41 are so drastically different.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to start a 41 build and then suddenly 42 comes out and I'm like, yeah, we're dumping this bad boy. Like we're moving to 42. Like I'm gonna feel
Yeah.
so bad about that. I'd rather just wait till 42 is out and then be like, yeah, all right, we're gonna be with this for a while because they're going to take forever to do 43. So,
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. Completely. I
I'm
mean, I
still,
think that the current build is something like what is it, 42.9 something? So like, kind of got to be close. Right? I mean, they
let
could go.
me, let me look.
I mean, that could take
Yeah,
years.
they could go as like, it's 42.10.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
But the
okay.
thing is, they don't mention in the post like how much longer they
Yeah.
plan on it being in the unstable build, so you never know with them.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my friend to play Pal World with me because the Terraria update came out and I want to explore the new islands and stuff like that.
Speaking of which, I need to do it. I keep saying I'm going to do Terraria server, and I need to get around to doing that.
I think I own Terraria. I think I got it for free. Yeah, I've never played it.
Great game.
It looks better.
I actually have quite a few friends who own Project Zomboid, and I have one person on my list who has double everybody else combined. Literally, Kex, you have double everybody else, nearly double everybody else combined on my list. Literally, Sophia and one other person are in sort of around the 700 mark. Everybody else is like
Oh, yeah.
low double digits, apart from Honey Badger's at 255, and then you're at 2900.
Do you own Star Wars Battlefront 2, Cloister?
No, I do not own it.
Now you do. Only because it's $4.
I appreciate the gift, dude.
No homo.
Yeah, Zomboid is a lot of fun, Sophia. We should invite you. If we ever do play like multiplayer, hell yeah, I'm down
Well,
for that.
when 42 comes out, we'll definitely set up
Yeah.
a server to play, like 100%, because it is a phenomenal game, and I do miss playing it. It's just like what's it called? It's like it's sunken cost fallacy. Like I said a long time ago that I didn't want to play until 42 was released, and that was when like 42, like the first unstable build came out, because I was under the expectation that it wouldn't take this goddamn long for them to. Oh, damn it, never mind, I can't buy it for you. It's doing the regional pricing thing again.
Yay! Regional pricing.
I don't get it. So I was able to, so Stolen Realm, I couldn't do it for like 2 days, and then I could do it for Stolen Realm. But Battlefront 2 has been on sale before even the Steam summer sale. It's been on sale for like the past 2 weeks, and it's still not, doesn't let you do regional pricing. That's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, regional pricing can be a bit wonky. It depends on if they've enabled it for the publishers, enabled it for the product.
Well, yeah, the publisher is EA.
So, and it's EA, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go.
I don't think there needs to
Oh,
be that much
I
explanation.
might have to
Yeah.
pay. I might have to pay out for this though. Black Mesa Definitive Edition, £1.67
I
because it's
literally just saw that. Yeah.
90% off, and it's a Half-Life remake. So
I just saw that, but I was like, I'm not. People will chastise me for this. I've never been into Half-Life. The only Half-Life game I've played is Half-Life Alex, whatever. But
Yeah.
I haven't even completed it because I need to get some sort of Wi-Fi extender in my garage, because every time I try to stream from my computer, what's it called? It gets really blurry because the connection isn't stable. So it's like unplayable. Like I bought Gorn 2 on Steam because again I like having all my games on Steam, and then I tried to play it and it was incredibly laggy and pixely, so I said fuck it, I'll just buy it through the stupid Meta store. And I mean, it runs phenomenal on the Meta store. I can't complain about that. It's more or less just like I like having it on Steam.
Right.
So
well,
I have to.
I've never completed Half-Life 1, and I've never played Half-Life 2. Half-Life 1, I had the issue of it came out, and then Counter-Strike came out.
Yeah, Half-Life 1 I never played. Half-Life 2 I've played some of, but not that much.
Half-Life 1, I played almost exclusively multiplayer.
There's multiplayer? I didn't even know there was
Yeah,
multiplayer.
deathmatch.
Oh, yeah, I had no idea.
And this is the thing.
They're good. I mean, they're good games, but the thing is, like, if you didn't play them when they came out, then the whole, oh, there's revolutionized gaming, like you're not gonna feel it. It's like, yeah, everything they did now
You
is
don't feel
hands-on.
you don't feel the nostalgia. Oh, speaking of awesome multiplayer game as it was at the time when it came out, Duke Nukem 3D.
This game came out and it completely skipped my radar. I didn't realize Orcs Must Die released another game called Death Trap in fucking January. But apparently it's got mostly positive reviews, so I think I'm probably going to wait until the sale is much deeper, because Orcs Must Die 3 was not great.
I just saw Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary Edition, released 2016, so that's like 9 years old. The 20th Anniversary Edition is 9 years old.
Damn.
Well,
Duke just
Nukem
when they
3
released it on Steam.
No, Duke Nukem 3D, the original Duke Nukem 3D came out in 1996.
Oh, I see. Never mind. Oh, yeah. I see.
It was one of my first free first-person shooters that I played. Obviously, the first one was Doom.
Which Duke Nukem game is the one that's like a travesty? I don't remember.
Forever.
Oh, yeah.
Duke Nukem Forever, because that's how long it took to come out.
And it's garbage.
Oh, it was fucking terrible.
I'm pretty sure when it came out, if I remember correctly, it was literally cited as like the worst game ever made, and then but that was really just kind of an in the moment thing. People forgot about like E.T. for the Atari and stuff like that. But it's definitely
Beyond Two Souls.
Up there.
That's the worst fucking game I've ever.
Which version of which Elder Scrolls? I assume you mean Skyrim, Sophia. I barely put any time into Skyrim at all.
To clarify, Sophia. My most played game, I think, is actually Payday 2. I have to. How do you sort by hours played?
Go to profile.
Wait. Is it this? No, that's not it.
Okay.
Go to where?
Go to your profile and then sort by playtime.
Oh, under games. I gotcha. Yeah. Oh, I lied. My most is XCOM2. That makes sense. Nice. Yeah, wow. I surpassed Payday 2 a long time ago. I don't know why I still thought it was Payday 2. Yeah, no, Payday 2 is like number 10.
On Steam, it's XCOM2, then it's Elder Scrolls Online, then it's various versions of Football Manager, then it's Terraria, Cosmoteer, Divinity Original Sin 2, FIFA 24, Path of Exile, Fallout 4, mixing in again more various versions of Football Manager. And then Rocket League, FIFA 22, Rocket League, another Football Manager, Stolen Realm, Enemy Unknown, Stellaris, PlanetSide 2, Street Fighter 5, Maple Story 2, Civ 5, Talisman, Planet Zoo, Core Keeper, PUBG, World of Myth, Elite Dangerous, Soul Calibur 6, 2 different versions of Pro Evolution Soccer, Motorsport Manager, Guns of Icarus Online, Civ 6, which I barely touched. Dungeons and Dragons Online, 13.6 hours. Well, that's on Steam. I've actually got about 6,000 hours in it. I think I have more hours in that than I do in XCOM if I look at my actual account time.
Like my I bought Star Wars Battlefront 2 when it came out on the shitty EA launcher, and then I just bought it like a week ago on Steam because it was $4. So it's like on Steam it says I have like 30 minutes, but like on Origin, or it's not, they don't even call it Origin anymore. I have like 600 hours or something like that.
I had that with Mass Effect 3. Yeah. I had
My
like
mo-
700 hours in that.
Yeah, my list is it's XCOM 2, then Tabletop Sim because I love my board games, then Holdfast Nations at War because I was a part of a clan and I played that literally every day. Then Mountain Blade Warband for the exact same reason. Dead by Daylight, which I'm ashamed of. Elder Scrolls
Hey,
5.
Dead by Daylight. I'm porting a bunch of stuff from Dead by Daylight into the XCOM. You might recognize a few outfits.
Hey, Grizzly.
Hi, Grizzly.
No worries, dude.
Then
Grizzly, hurry up and get live. I know where I'm raiding
that's
now.
a hint that he's gonna raid you.
Yeah, I know where I'm raiding now.
Then Skyrim Special Edition is at like 345 hours, but then normal Skyrim's at like 230, so it's at 500 really. So it's actually my fifth most played game. Then Civ 5, Slay the Spire, Elder Scrolls Legends, Rest in Peace, Total War Warhammer 3, Gary's mod, which is very surprising. And they were talking about that in chat too. I don't remember who, if it was Pine or Sophia. Someone was talking about
Sophia
it.
was talking about Gary's mod.
Yeah. And then TF2, that makes sense because that was the only game I could afford when I was a kid. Payday 2, I got that because of C Nanners when he was a huge YouTuber. Fallout New Vegas, Smite, Divinity Original Sin 2, Mountain Blade 2, Baldur's Gate 3, they're almost right next to each other, which I find funny. Cyberpunk, and then just wow, I can't believe Marvel Rivals is already up there too. I must have really played a lot of Marvel Rivals. Yeah, and then a bunch of other mainstream games. I thought I would have more. There was this awesome game. Do you guys know the Legacy of Kain series?
Yep.
Yeah,
They,
Rusty's.
did you guys
Rusty's a
ever
massive fan.
play there was a multiplayer game. It lasted less than a year. It was called Nosgoth, and it was based in the Legacy of Kain universe, and it was a 4v4, hunters versus vampires. There were different classes for each of them. That game was so fucking good. And Square Enix, I mean, I can't really blame them. I don't think the game really blew up in the way that they were hoping for, but that game was so fucking good. They still have private servers, thank God. I mean, I haven't played on any of them because I'm not a huge fan of private servers in general, but it's because it's a lot of work. But man, that game was so good. I really wish that they would bring that
Yeah,
game back.
I have it in my library, but I never actually played it.
Yeah. I think I don't remember if it was a free to play game. It might have been free to play, and then you just had to buy
It was free to play when I got it
classes.
anyway.
Yeah, so I fucking Square Enix. Square Enix is another company that's like completely gone down the shitter.
Yep.
Well, Squeenix, yeah.
A lot of companies are. I mean, it's probably easier to say which companies haven't gone down the shitter.
Not many.
Nope, not many. And they're mostly indie devs.
Yeah.
And then
Mostly.
there's a lot that are in they haven't gone down the shitter yet status. But like it just seems that they.
Holy shit, Zelfa. You know what's funny? I don't have 1,000 hours in any of these games. XCOM 2 is close. I'm like 20 hours away from having 1,000 in XCOM 2, but none of my games have over 1,000 hours, which is surprising. But I guess that kind of makes up for the fact that I diversify a lot.
I'm at 50, just coming up to 5,100 hours in XCOM now.
That doesn't surprise me. If you were anyone else, like outside the XCOM community, I'd be like, what the fuck? But no, that seems normal.
If I actually tracked how long, because it doesn't, unless you if you launch it outside of it for some reason, it doesn't track mod buddy hours. If I actually tracked my time in the mod tools, I'm probably about 3,000 hours into mod tools as well. So
Jesus Christ, Cloyston. Oh my lord. That is very. I mean, it's respectable, but goddamn.
Yeah,
Well-
that's a lot of hours.
well, and it's still less than the CACs, guaranteed.
Yeah, as long as you enjoy your time, no one can judge you for it.
Well, I look at it this way. At least it's allowed me to be productive.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I haven't
Well,
wasted all my life.
Entirely accurate, but yes, you could look at it that way.
Well, personally, I have across
Yeah,
two
because we bring
games.
joy. We bring joy to the people.
Exactly.
So
Across
that's
two
great.
games, I have released 97 mods since 2019. And I say across two games because I have one Cosmeteer mod.
Yeah, that would be like me saying I have mods for Portal 2 because I just made maps.
I literally.
It's a mod.
I have two mods, and they're both for Tabletop Simulator. One of them adds dice from the Star Wars RPG, only for me to find out someone made a better version. Well, they made a better version.
I wish you made me rich.
They made a better version after my version, so I can't be too upset. And then the other mod that I made that actually is good that no one has usurped was I translated a German version of Carcassonne into English just by replacing the rule books, and that mod actually got a good amount of downloads. So that's where my success lies with modding, and that's probably the most I'll ever do with modding because it doesn't require coding.
Yeah,
Honestly, I will say, I wish more people did localization. Mostly because then I wouldn't have to.
I did it because the German mod was great and had everything sorted and stuff. The problem was just that it was in German. So like I even though I know the rules to heart and could play the mod fine, I was trying to introduce the game to my friends and they were like, "What the fuck?" I was I can't show them the Jesus Christ, what the hell is viral? No viral. I mean, yes, but no. But like I was trying to introduce my friends to the game, and then it's like, oh well.
Oh yeah, Sophia, I agree with that. Change logs.
They can't fucking read the rule book because it's in German. So that's why I did that, and I'm happy I did that. And people were appreciative. It's nice to be appreciated. All right, gentlemen. Well, I think I'm going to bed since the stream is coming to a close.
I was just waiting for Grizzly to actually. I was just waiting for Grizzly to actually come on so I could just start so I could raid him. But he's taking his time, and if he takes much longer, I'm just going to go raid episode 0.
So I'll leave the voice chat, but I'll stay in the stream for the raid just to support.
Cool.
But, great.
Thanks for hanging out, dude.
I'm glad that I didn't die. I'm glad that no one died, and that we could use our hefty points to make sure you survived.
Yep.
And it was good talking to you, Kex.
Yeah, man, that was great.
Fun and also depressing conversations, but good nonetheless. And thank you for letting me join the channel, Cloyster, or I would have been rotting away playing Marvel Rivals.
Dude, if I'm live, you have the role that allows you to just jump into chat. If
I
I'm
know,
live, just jump
but
in.
it's your
Don't,
stream, so I don't want to like feel like I'm intruding, you know. So
dude. If you were if I thought you'd intrude, I wouldn't have given you the role.
okay, you win. I won't argue against that. Oh, okay. Sophia said Grizzly went live. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good night, everyone. Great
Good night.
stream.
Good night,
I will see
guys.
you all
Thank you very
later.
much for hanging out, and I will probably be a couple of days before I stream again. Gonna go raid over to Grizzly because he's finally gone live. What's he actually playing tonight? Oh, funnily enough, XCOM2. So yeah, they're gonna go raid over to Grizzly. He does have Twitch integration on. I set up his polls for him, so I know it works. So I'm gonna go raid over. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and I will see you soon. Mm, 4, 1, and raiding.
This time I'm doing things a little